I'm a bad mode, gotta keep it tight. Hold my baby squid, keep him out of sight. Talking about my life, government, stay away. If you drive, I'ma do it my own way. Squid in the ocean, swimming all alone. Ain't nobody telling me where to go. Living free, gotta stay true to myself. No need for interference from anyone else. Squid pro quo, that's the way to be. Living on my terms, setting myself free. Mama to my baby, protecting with my no government intrusion. I control my life.
Hey guys, it's Squid. Welcome back to my channel. How's everybody doing today? Oh, it is a day. It is a day. It is a day. It is a day. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a day. Been super busy since the time we woke up this morning. It's crazy already. I did switch back to streaming services, back to StreamYard. I know certain people are going to be mad at me. Certain people are going to call me basic, say that StreamYard sucks, mainly slug. But guess what? It is easier for me to use. It's so much easier, user-friendly, easier to operate. I paid for a year. So honestly, the cost is only like $7 more expensive per month. Yes, it's more expensive. Yes, there's a little bit less features, but I'm a boomer when it comes to tech, and everybody who knows me knows this. So I got to do what I got to do. It makes it easier for me to follow super chats. It makes it easier for me to follow the chat in general. I don't get confused as easily. The brain fog doesn't kick in. I did have glutathione in my IV this morning. So we should see if the brain fog gets better over the next couple of weeks. We shall see. And it also makes it easier for me to record videos right in StreamYard. When I was in Streamlabs, it records the videos that the live videos that I do. But StreamYard makes it so much easier to cut them down into like smaller videos and make shorts and things like that. That's why I haven't done many shorts or anything like that or cut down videos, because Streamlabs made it damn near impossible. And also I can record myself and record a video right in StreamYard. It was really hard for me to do that in Streamlabs and make it look better. And I have a separate editing program, but it made it easier for me. Like, it just makes it easier. How is everybody doing today? Yes, this is the Wednesday Hails update. There is not a lot, actually. Thank you, Debbie Baker. And see, I can bring these up on the chat thing easier. And now I won't get so derailed, because StreamYard actually stars them and puts them in a separate thing. So I don't have to, I don't lose them. With Streamlabs, I couldn't find them, and I was so paranoid about skipping someone's stuff. Oh, and Ninja Puppy, thank you so much for the baby squid birthday gift. I will be like, I don't know if I'm going to send out birthday like thank you cards or something like that. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that. But if I have a way of getting a hold of you other than on here, I would send you like a mini video of her playing with it or opening it up or something, because it's useful. Wednesdays were sliders on the tin can I was on. I was a squadron, so y'all, I didn't have to do that. I brought my own lunch. All right, so we are going to get into this. There is not a lot. I am going to kind of bring up the bankruptcy only because of the fact that it is it is mentioned in here. So we are going to do that first because it is a file or a document that is mentioned in both cases. and I went through it and I redacted it. I did bring up an article from a law firm that is really, it's kind of promoting their law firm. However, yeah, I was squadron. So if we weren't underway, we only had two mess decks technically. I was enlisted. We only had two, forward and aft. The chiefs and the officers had all the other crap. or it was mid-rats standing in the island, sucking down food as fast as you can so you could get back to work. Hey, Freckled Ginger. I don't know where I haven't seen you in a while, but someone wanted to apologize to you, not me, but someone who shall remain faceless, wanted to apologize to you. I don't know if they ever got the chance or you've seen them since, but he wanted to apologize to you. I just thought I'd let you know. All right, so we are going to, and bear with me because this is the first stream I've done since I've been back on StreamYard. I just made the decision last night. So we're gonna make this, we're gonna see how this goes. Oh, I'm actually liking their new setup. This is different than no different. Well, they wanted to apologize that particular day for running you off, if that's what they did, and they thought you disappeared and left, and they wanted to make sure that you got they made sure you knew that you and this is what I'm working on, but this is not the this is what I'm working on for something else. But this is not that's not what I'm going for. How is that even? I don't even have that pulled up. Where did that even come from? Oh, so I want to pull up this. Present. Slides or share screen. Present. They changed this whole thing. Share screen. There we go. Window. Yeah, Barbara, it didn't. I don't know where that came from on my computer. But that is something that I'm working on, but I don't have that file open. Which begs the question of like, where is that? It didn't, but it does have to do with some of the stuff that I talked about on a different stream. This is what I wanted to talk about. But I am kind of loving the fact that StreamYard now has yeah, it's me. It's not me, I promise. I just straightened my hair this morning, and Streamlabs has a touch-up thing. It's not, I'm on the lowest setting. They have touch-up my appearance. I could go all the way to like completely like crazy, but I'm on the most subtle. Like just enough to make it look, but I did put eye makeup on. Yep, I'm able to see you. I've got you. You're here. And hey, Ozzy. All right. So this is what we are kind of going to work with. This is a notice of similar case. This is where Jeremy is letting the judge know that they filed for bankruptcy. So see how Streamlabs is super easy? Like I click show comments on stage and it turns it on, and I unclick it and it turns it off. Hung Hero, thank you for the 50. Holy goodness. 50 gifted Squid Pro Quo memberships. Oh my goodness. Damn. Oh. And hey, Grandma. Oh, Olivia. I love the kitty cats in your picture. And Toby, hey, how's it going? And Donna. All right, let's get into this. Pursuant to local rule 5.6, Jeremy Bryan Hales, the plaintiff/counter defendant, by and through undersigned counsel, wishes to inform the court of a pending pending bankruptcy court that involves issues of fact or law in common with the issues in this case and states. 1, the bankruptcy case was filed in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the Northern District of Florida, and that case number, a copy being attached. The bankruptcy case was filed on July 3rd of 2025 by Lynette Michelle Lacey Alexis Preston, who is a defendant in the present civil action. The bankruptcy case was filed under Chapter 7 of the Bankruptcy Code. Wherefore, the undersigned respectfully requests that the court take notice of the bankruptcy proceeding and take such action as it deems appropriate. Dated July 8th and served to everybody. I still can't get over Lisa Lee's email address. And then this is the voluntary petition for individuals filing bankruptcy. It's your common thing. Before I ever talk about this bankruptcy in detail and what is involved, I am not coming at it from a side of a lawyer or anybody involved with the law. I would come at it from someone I know who has filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy. And I would sit down with this person and ask them questions about what's all involved with it and what happened to certain things, like they had a child underage when they did this. I think their child was 14 when they 13, 14, something like that. Some age, some teenager. When they filed for bankruptcy, I would want to see what they went through as a person who filed bankruptcy. What all it involved with a child, receiving any sort of funds from the government. This person would know more than I do about anything involved. I don't think they were involved in any legal action, minus anything involved with like child support or family court stuff, but that's neither here nor there. But it's a typical official form everybody fills out. Here is just the one thing that I noticed in looking for this, and everything that needs to be redacted is the only thing that's present is the last 4 of her social, which everybody goes by the last 4. Like every time I call up the VA knows me by my last 4. I have to say last name, last 4. It's not anything that needs to be like, Here is the the bankruptcy is going to hurt her in the long run anyway, just because it's a bankruptcy. It stays on your credit report that's another thing I want to ask this person who filed for bankruptcy, because I still think this thing is on I think their child is around my age, maybe a little younger. I'm not really sure. I don't talk to their child, but I want to know how long that stayed on their credit report and how that affected them after. Because if she's doing this just so she doesn't have to pay, and this is all hypothetical, but these are questions that I have based on plausible, questions that run through my head when I hear someone file for bankruptcy. Well, why? They're involved in illegal. Are they trying to avoid pain if they lose? Is this a ploy to stop things? Is this a ploy to, you're going to lose? So if these are just hypothetical situations, none of this is, I don't know. I'm not them. This is all things that I just think about because this is how my brain works. But here's the one thing that I got. And if you want to know information based on anything in her background as far as what she put on these forms, including her names, Spawn Trooper did a live on Monday. It was Monday, where he goes in deep with it, and he did the research that I don't even know where he found some of the information that he found, going back her prior marriages, way over my head and much more in depth than I could. If you want information on that, one of my mods, can you put the link to that video in this? Because he broke it down, and there's a post from him on the Facebook page too with all the same information. but he goes over in detail things that I don't understand. He gives facts that I'm like, huh? Oh, shush, Hung Hero. LP wrote to Randy and told him she's filing this not for debt because of the lawsuits only. Yeah, and the thing about it is that's going to affect her long term, way long term. But the one thing I did notice about all of this is if you look at when she wrote her name and when she signed the date, like this woman, I don't question anybody's intelligence until I see something that makes you go, what the hell? But when all the way at the bottom, she signed it, executed on 7/28. Well, hold on. I gotta undo that. Like 7/28 is July 28th. So if you see, she's electronically signed it June 28th. So whoever filled in this information, whether it was her or whether it was her lawyer, screwed up. 7 years to the date. Okay, is that I filed for purely financial reasons. No non-financial litigation was involved. And there's another question I have. Like, because of the litigation, my assumption would be she's expecting this to like put a pause on everything based on rumors I've heard and, but because this is not this isn't like she owed someone a debt and they sued her to get their money. The money in this case is just a punishment because this is how much you cost him. Squid, go to the maiden name part. I will. But this is just one thing that I noticed right here. And I'll make this bigger. There we go. Like, do you notice this right here? So whoever put this date on there, whether it was her or whether it was her lawyer, put the wrong date on. I don't know if that's going to affect anything. Probably not. My assumption would be probably not. But it's one of those things of like something so simple to proofread a date. And you don't know what June is 7, not 6, not 7. I'm just, and hey, Mspire, hi and bye. Have a great night. Get some sleep. It's just one of those, like, yeah. Well, yeah, and a lot of the times things are chalked up to, because she technically, the electronic signature, and that's the thing about an electronic signature, it kind of, even when you try to intentionally make a mistake, you intentionally make mistakes, the electronic signature kind of saves your ass. However, it's just like, I start to question people's intelligence when you can't get the date right, whether it be her or her lawyer. And hey, Heroes Chris, I just, when I look at stuff like that, and I paid that attention to detail is generally my thing. Like, so when I saw that, I was like, huh? Hey, Irina. Hello from the UK. How are you? So that is just the official filing. I have all the rest of the stuff involved in the bankruptcy. I have not shown any of it on screen. I'm sure it's been talked about on other channels. It's kind of one of those situations where I'm not really sure if I truly want to talk about it, because is it really worth it at a certain point? Like, I don't know if there's a true background check, but there's a lot of like details and facts about paperwork, like names, where she was, kind of proving things aren't on the up and up. And honestly, I was preparing for my own stream that day, so I have to go back and actually listen to it. Because sometimes, as much as I love Spawn Trooper, there is so much packed into his streams, fact finding wise, that I sometimes like I can only pack in so much before I start to forget. And that's why I have to write everything down, because I forget. That's why things get screenshotted and I have to refer back to things and save it to my phone and look at it later, because yeah, like yeah, well, there are all sorts of reasons, but yeah, she seemed to be filing mostly to establish a stay past Beletho, saying no more stays, and if that works, other defendants could sequentially do it too. Yeah, it's good. Take a pen, add her income and then her outcome. Well, how the heck can she adopt a child? There are so many questions, and that's one of the reasons. Like, I am down the deep end on so many rabbit holes right now, between the aviation stuff, the Epstein stuff, which I've been trying to record a video about the Epstein stuff for 3 days. I don't want to do a live stream on it because I would really like to keep my channel monetization. And if I told y'all what I really think without having some sort of editing process, I might get demonetized. But that's a story for another day. There's between that, the General Flynn stuff, the Make America Healthy Again, and all the chemicals that are slowly being removed from our food, the whack jobs on the internet that are including the Texas pediatrician that got fired for saying that she's glad that kids in Texas died because their parents voted for Trump. Like, I don't care who you vote for. Yes, I voted for Trump. Everybody knows it. But everybody knows that as long as you did what's best for your family and you don't just have, well, I hate Trump or I hate this person, so I voted for this person, and you can come up with some logic. I don't judge. But to say that you are glad people died, there's a whole bunch of people that are saying that they're glad these children died. So I'm doing some research on people being a little unhinged, because I have my unhinged moments, but damn, I don't ever wish death on anybody except for people who do harm to children. I'm down so many rabbit holes that this is a rabbit hole that like other channels have their thumb on and are doing great at covering, and it's one more rabbit hole that I just don't want to. I don't have enough climbing gear to get my ass out of these rabbit holes. Let's put it that way. Can I drop a link to who? It's called Old Timers. It's called Brain Surgery, Brain Fog from Hell, and it's called I Got an Attitude. It doesn't work on civil matters, only creditor stays. She won't get what she's looking for. And that's it. Yeah. It's a thing. Oh. Yeah. And hey, Tyga, how are you? I love that name. What's up, baby? Did you drop your stuff? Would you like mommy to get it for you? You. 1 second. We were going to do we're going to do mama stuff. And guess what? I have mine easy to find banners back. So we just Thank y'all. She wanted her hands washed, and she decided to throw what she was playing with until I washed her hands, which is fine because as long as we didn't throw away a fit about it and start crying, which is weird because she has a washcloth right in front of her. It was actually on her head. She watches. She puts a washcloth on her head and walks around like an old Italian grandma. So this is document number 1. This is filed actually on both cases. This was the only document that was actually filed in the first case that I saw as of like 11 o'clock this morning. So that was that. There was a nice lady who broke down Miss Swallow and folks' bank. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's some things in this case that I just don't, in that case too, that I just don't have the rabbit hole to jump down, as far as so many other people are doing a great job at it. I don't think I would have anything to add to it. And I apologize. That was the only thing filed in the second case. Yes, that was the only thing filed in the second case. My apologies. As I'm looking at my my stuff, I'm like, no, that was the only thing filed in the second case. Oh, with the one other rabbit hole with the thing that I covered on Monday, because there were no What the Hills updates, so we covered the medical fraud case. I am starting to go through all of those documents. I have not decided yet if I'm going to just record myself going over the highlights of those documents. I am just going to go over right now what the government has posted for free, because my Pacer bill, I got an email that my Pacer bill is coming out of my account on August 11th, and it is $145 and change. So I'm probably going to just start going over those cases of what the government has posted, and if there is one that sticks out, and if there is one that seems to be a little more hinky than the rest, then we will jump down a rabbit hole and start paying for the rest of the documents. But if they're just run-of-the-mill, this person overprescribed opioids or said they were prescribing opioids and didn't actually give opioids to the people and kept them for themselves, that shit happens all the time. They were just caught. There's 2 documents that were filed in federal case number 1. 3 documents. The one that we just read that is overlapped between both cases. And then a motion for summary judgment against both John Cook and Lynette Preston in regards to the counterclaims. There's 2 separate documents. One is in relation to John Cook and one is in relation to Lynette Preston. I am going to read the one for John Cook because that is the one that I had also downloaded the exhibit, which is the memorandum of law. I didn't feel the need. Like I said, I'm balling on a budget here. When I joke and I ask for Pacer docs and I grift, as people get mad at me for doing, that person who was posted on the hater page about me, which is funny because I know exactly who it is. I just find it hilarious that he super chats Megan and Tug. Angel, you got it across your lap? Yeah. Are you okay? Yeah. Okay. So he super chats Megan and Tug. So if anybody who posts in the hater chat that I'm a grifty, or that I grift, is either in one of 2 camps: the breadstick money camp or the anti what the hell's ecosystem grifty camp. So it's like, to call me a grifter is just thanks for the engagement. Here's Chris Squid. I need your email. You had questions about cancer, so mine is in my description of my YouTube page. Mine is in the description of my YouTube page as well. But it is squidproco24@gmail. And Barbara, thank you for the $2 super chat. A couple of pacer pages. Are you saying hi? Hi. Okay. Yep, Grifty McGrifterson. That's me. Like, oh, don't those make you so mad? No, it doesn't, honestly, because I know who it is, and that person is there's only 2 people that go out of their way to put effort into hating my channel. Not even the Fleas and Bruce put that much effort into hating me, which is funny. So it's like, yeah. Like, Ninja Puppy, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. I appreciate it. I am lost. I don't know how to get on here much. What happened to the breadstick camp? Nothing. And I have no like, it's not a dig against the breadstick camp. Somebody posted in the Facebook hater page that they were watching my stream for 5 minutes, and I don't even remember what it said. Somebody sent me 3 people sent me a screenshot. It was something about like, I watched Squid for 5 minutes, and she posted about asking for, or 5 minutes in, and she was already asking for money for baby Squid's birthday Amazon list and Pacer funds. And it just struck me as funny because I know exactly who that was, because they post as anonymous all the time because they don't have the balls to talk about me to my face. And secondly, if you post in that group, you're in one of 2 camps. You're either for Hales, which is Megan and Tug, who are the breadstick money camp, which, whatever, I've super chatted them too. Have no problem. Welcome to YouTube. Or you're the side of the people who ask for donations and you don't know where the money ever goes. So I just find it incredibly hypocritical that this person hates on me for grifting. So now I just buy into it and make fun of it because it's sad and pathetic. Like, yeah, this is, makes you wonder what hater camp, if the hater camp is starving, since their funds are probably dwindling. You know who I'm talking about, Heroes Chris, because they hate on you too. I have the boobs to talk to your face. Yes, you have chest balls. And Buck Naked, thank you for the $10 super chat. Oh my god, I love the sorry, the kitty with the cigarette. And I don't advocate for smoking, but if you follow I follow a channel called Jumpsuit Pablo. He is a go give him a follow if you don't. He has like 300,000 subscribers by now. He is a convicted felon, did 10 years in prison for armed robbery. However, he is the type of person where from some of these cases, like the Carmelo Anthony case and the Brian Koberger, he can tell you from personal experience what these people are going to go through from what happens after their case is done, or who they're going to align with, or who's going to hate them, how they're going to psychologically do, and things like that. In his background, he has a stuffed raccoon with a cigarette and a Miller Lite can, and I can't get over it. I like to listen to his channel, but I stare at that stuffed animal every time. I can't not just stare at that stuffed animal for the entire duration of his videos. And Mitch, thank you for the $50 super chat. Here's some help with the Pacer thing. Oh my god, thank you so much. Oh, and it's every dollar helps. And that's like my Pacer, for the amount of cases that I look up on Pacer, is actually not that bad. But I'm also like, I've found ways to make it cheaper where I don't look up the whole docket and spend $3 to look at the whole docket. I'll type in like, I'm just looking for documents like 88 through 100, and it'll give me the last docket entry was 88. So it'll give me 88 and beyond. So I'm only paying 10 cents instead of $2. So I'm still paying, but not nearly as much. So, Camp 3, popcorn eating, drama watching. Oh, oh, yeah. Ninja Puppy. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Let's really piss them off. Like, y'all are amazing, and I love every single one of you guys. I just, like, I'm the world's worst grifter. Like, I have an Amazon, but I am transparent. Like, I have an Amazon list, so when you know where your money goes, you buy stuff on Amazon, and even if I have to return it, that money can only be used on Amazon. I have a subscribe and save list. I get my Celsius from Amazon. I get my toilet paper from Amazon. I get paper towels, like everything that I use in the kitchen, like all my soaps and dish detergents and stuff like that come from Amazon every month. So it's like your money is going to support my daily household activities. Like Bubba got a new cellmate last night, crawled in their bunk and made them cry. Oh, yeah, it's so nice. Like I even found I found a wrinkle cream. It's an Israeli wrinkle cream. I got it sample when I ordered from Ulta. At Ulta, it was like $80. Fine. Subscribe and Save has it for 15% off. It was like $72. I'm like, it'll last me 8 months at least. So like it's expensive up front, but it like, balances itself out. But it was still, I got it on Subscribe and Save on Amazon. I'm like, hell yeah. Same thing for like $10 off. Like, I know my Amazon driver by name. I live in the sticks, so we don't have an Amazon driver, but my old house, my UPS driver it did our Amazon orders, and he got a Mr. Squid gave him a nice Christmas present because he would deliver to the back of our house so that no one would be a porch pirate. And yeah, we knew him by first name. I ordered diapers on Amazon because my mother-in-law was like, they're so expensive. Yeah, they're about $2 more expensive comparison on Amazon, but when you get 5 items or more and Subscribe and Save order every month, they're 15% off. I'm a couponer, people. Like, I'm balling on a budget. Why would you buy a wrinkle cream? Most people want to get rid of it. Because I have this FU line right here that I want to go away. That's true too. I would rather send you money over Cash App. YouTube takes 30%. I want you to receive the full amount. Yes, and if you don't want to give your money to YouTube, I do. And see, the part of going back to StreamYard is I have this. I have it right there. I have to make sure that all of it's up to date. But there's all my stuff. So I have all of it. Like, it's so much better. Like, yeah, I buy everything in bulk. I hate shopping for redundant stuff. The stuff you use every day. Like, time you add gas, going to the store and ordering, you kind of save. Yeah, that too. All right, let's get into this. Present share screen. This is motion document 166. This is motion for summary judgment on counterclaims filed by defendant Cook. This is going back all the way to document 69. Hey, Jen. Flux says hi. Tell Flux I said hi. The little says hi to Flux too. Oh, Debbie Baker, thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate it so much. Like, it's greatly appreciated. Flux Raid, me Raid. What's up, Flux? How are you? We are just talking Amazon Subscribe and Save and some What the Hails documents. Are you ready for your Facebook page to become professional? Yeah, they're making changes. No, I share reels on my Facebook page. Like, oh. All right. Pursuant to Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 56A, Mr. Hales, plaintiff counter-defendant, moves for summary judgment on defendant counter-plaintiff Cook's counterclaims as there's no genuine dispute to any material fact. Mr. Hales is entitled to judgment as a matter of law. No facts of the case can be reasonably disputed. Defendant Cook cannot produce any evidence that suggests Mr. Hales did anything other than exercise his rights under the First Amendment to the United States Constitution, guaranteeing freedom of the press and of speech. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't turn over any discovery for anything. Like when you don't turn over any discovery for anything. Thank you. I actually straightened it today. It needs to be re-dyed, but I also don't want to kill it, so we're waiting a couple more months. So, like, when you don't turn over discovery, not only are you hurting Jeremy, but you're hurting your counterclaim. You are hurting the fact that you are not, like, I just can't, like, you can't file counterclaims and then, like, expect it to just go away, or, you know, with no evidence. And thank you for the people who are sharing your bankruptcy stories with me. I appreciate that. I thought it was 7 years, but once again, it's one of those things of I've never done it. And that would be me just taking a guess. And when it comes to things like that and talking about bankruptcies and people's lives, I don't like to guess. Because, yeah, I don't like to guess, especially when it comes to YouTube stuff and this, because then someone goes, well, Squid said this. It was like, no, Squid guessed. And then what I guessed becomes fact through the telephone game. And then it's like, no, I didn't actually say that. So I don't like to guess. I like people who know more than I do to tell me the answers. So, oh no, I'm good. Had to get some stitches out today. I've been wondering how you've been doing. Because even when I've seen you in chats, you've been awfully, like, kind of quiet. Has been a Murphy's Law in a couple weeks. Oh no. Yeah, Cook can't either. That's why he didn't. That's a good point. All right. Plaintiff counter defendant also submits his memorandum of law in support of this motion. Attached here to is Exhibit 2 or Exhibit 1. And the one for Preston has it too. I just chose not to download the same document twice and cause myself to pay another $1 for a document that I already had. You know, that whole saving money thing. You know, if I'm going to spend money, I'm just not going to spend money on the same thing twice. I try to ball on a budget here. Like, because I am a grifter, guys. Remember? Come on. World's worst grifter. Like, I need to make a banner. Like, so the document itself is pretty short, but the memorandum of law is 10 pages. All right. Memorandum in support of summary judgment on counterclaim filed by defendant Cook. Summary judgment standard where a defendant or where, as here, counter defendant moves for summary judgment on an issue for which it would not bear the burden of proof at trial, it is not necessary for the defendant to entirely negate the plaintiff's claim. Fitzpatrick v. City of Atlanta, 11th Circuit, 1993. See also Celotex Corp v. Catrett, Supreme Court, 1986. We find no express or implied requirement in Rule 56 that the moving party support its motion with affidavits or similar materials negating the opponent's claim. Emphasis in original. Instead, the movant has the burden of either negating an essential element of the non-moving party's case or showing that there is no evidence to prove a fact necessary to the non-moving party's case. McGee v. Sentinel Offender Services, LLC, 11th Circuit, 2013. Once a summary judgment movant's initial burden is met, the burden shifts to the non-moving party to bring the court's attention to evidence demonstrating a genuine issue for trial. Hold on one second, guys. I have to cough, and I don't want to. Thanks for the $4.99 super chat. Oh, gee, she's grifting again. I know, right? God. Oh, my God. I'm such a grifter. I need to just make like a video. It's like grifter incoming or something like that. Just like I can't help but laugh at myself. Like I have a hard time even telling y'all to hit that like button. I'm so bad at grifting. Like it's so bizarre to me. But we have 261 people. I'm going to do it now. And only 104 likes. Can we like get that number up to maybe 200? Haters bona fide screenshot incoming. Yeah. Screenshot this. That's how I feel about y'all. You need the constant sick voice. It adds to the grift. It's the constant allergy voice, and I managed to forget to take my allergy medication last night, and it is showing today. We did hit 4K over the 4th though, so that's awesome. We are at like 4,011 or something like that. So haters gonna hate. Anyway, back to the document. Once the summary judgment movement's initial burden is met, the burden shifts to the non-moving party to bring the court's attention to the evidence demonstrating a genuine issue for trial. Paler v. Hartford Fire Insurance Corporation. Did we just 11th Circuit 2014, overcoming that burden requires more than speculation or a mere scintilla of evidence. Whenever I hear scintilla, I think the tuft of justice. I think we have a like everybody go subscribe to Flux. Get her back to or get her to like 3,500 by the end of the day. Like, come on. Get her. I think we have her as a hey Flux, I think we have as holy crap. Camelot calls it. We have a rainbow day. Cause we Unhung Hero. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Squid Pro Grift. God. May I present your grift, my lady? Oh my God. You absolutely and hilarious. Oh my God. We have a rainbow day. See, that's a grift. And no offense to Camelot, because I think it's absolutely hilarious because Camelot, this dude has this magical way of getting like $400 worth of super chats sometimes in like the first 10 minutes of his show. I don't know if it's the muscles or the accent or whatever, but like something happens here that just does not happen here. Like like I just like yeah. Oh, I was so convinced that I was gonna go down when I got over 4K. I was so convinced that the next day I was gonna wake up and be at $39.99. Like I was totally convinced that yeah. Eat more local honey. I eat local honey every day. For like the last 4 out of the last 7 days, I've had Greek yogurt with honey with local honey, and I'm just yeah. And my making fun of Camelot's little grift is not welcome to YouTube, people. It's one of those things that like everybody has something. Everybody has something. It's called welcome to YouTube. It's the funny thing. It's like the people who like love them or hate them, Rackets and the Johnny Depp trial and people complaining about how much money he made on the Johnny Depp trial. Guess what? He's a YouTuber. Guess why people monetize their channels? To make money. Like, sorry. Like, just what it is. Like, it's one of the things. I'm already subbed to Flux, as you should be. As you should be. I gotta say, though, this is probably the most the most super chats I've ever gotten on a stream in my entire life. So thank you guys for like, I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I am forever grateful. And this is, and you know, YouTube is encouraging you to grift when they set up like super chat goals. When they now give you the option to set up super chat goals, they're encouraging you to grift. Like, Bad Duck, thanks for the $2 super chat, and good to see you, my friend. A frugal penance for your grifting pleasure. Oh my god. I think it's hilarious. Yeah, and Ninja Puppy, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. I almost missed that one. And Taz, thanks. Good to see you. Thanks for the $2 super chat. My 2 cents worth. Love and hugs. Like, I'm so glad I switched back to Streamlabs or StreamYard. This is so much easier. And fuck naked. May as well pay the troll toll while we're at it. There's your sheep. Oh, God, the troll toll. Oh, and Bad Dog, thanks for being a member for 1 month. Oh, a free message. I better not waste it. The irony of, that's a side note that we're not getting into today. The irony of that debt trial money going to buy Coca-Cola. I know it's not that, but yeah, like I said, that what he used the money on, not my business. But just a usually where's Slug? Usually where's Slug? He seems to help you with the grifting. Usually Slug's my grift because it's the $50 in super chats, and I'll shut Slug up or I'll kick him off my stream. That's my grift. It's just, but Ung Hung Hero, what that's a whole nother story and something that I'm not getting into because none of my business. However, and once again, like, I have no opinion on, not my monkey, not my circus. But people say YouTubers made this much money. Even Tug, they did it to Tug too. Tug made so much money on the Johnny Depp trial. Yeah, because he's a YouTuber making videos on something the public is interested in. God forbid. Heaven forbid, Tug found something that some people were interested in before a lot of other people decided that they were interested in it too. And he started making videos long before anybody else that I know of did. And they got pissed at him for doing it, for exposing the truth. God help us all. Chapter 7 bankruptcy stays on their records for 7 years. Speaking as someone who has to file Chapter 7 20 years ago now. Thank you. And I, like I said, thought it was 7 years, but yeah. King Bob, good to see you. Happy hump day, all you wonderful people. And AP, Flux doesn't like apple pie. I don't know if I can stay sub to her. That's commie energy coming from Flux. I mean, yeah, Slug's a good dude. It's just, yeah, YouTube is how Tug feeds his family. God forbid people make a living. Like, God forbid YouTube pay people to talk on the internet and people make that work for them. Oh, no, heaven forbid. Like, Bad Dog, thanks for the $2 super chat. Flux is my lesbian role model, no commie. Yet they were silent about the guy who invented the pet rock. Oh, that one went over my head, but. And here's Chris. Thanks for becoming a new member. Yeah, the commentators on the news make $1 million an episode. Get mad at them. Yeah. Well, it was, for what I can remember, it was like Taylor. I almost said Taylor Shabusiness. Oh my God. I mean, it might as well be the same person. She's kind of nutsy. But the Washington Post, Taylor, I can't even remember her damn name. She doesn't matter that little. Oh, you're fine. No worries. No worries at all. Holy crap. And thank you for the I don't know if you want me to say your real name, but thank you for the $50 Cash App for the business. And thank you for that. I know that people's names come up on the Cash App, and I know that y'all I don't like to say people's real names unless they say that they have their real names on their YouTubes, because some people know my real name, some people don't, but even the people that do don't say it on the internet a lot of the time. So like, yeah, Flux. My AC units. Oh my god, my AC is out. I'm officially a baked fruit. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've been watching Tug since the Depp trial. So have I. People just can't handle the truth and get so jealous of others' success. Yeah. And jealousy is a hell of a drug, I gotta say. Like it. Flux is my favorite Subaru American. Oh my goodness. Like Taylor Lorenz, thank you. I was like Taylor Shabusiness. I'm like just as crazy, just in the. I'm sorry, Taylor Shabusiness. I didn't mean to compare you to Taylor Lorenz. I don't know who I insulted more with that one. Like, anyone can talk on the internet, but you need a special element to draw and hold an audience. And Tug and Megan and just good to have that special something. I don't know what I have except for an attitude. And King Bob, I will be right back. King Bob, what you got the little for her birthday came in, and I have to show you this freaking t-shirt, because what I say about the little, I will show it to you guys at the end, but it's a t-shirt that says, like, my mom wonders where I got my attitude from. You, homegirl, I got it from you. Does that not perfectly sum up me and my daughter? Like, all right, hey, Captain Kern. Captain Kern is another person that if y'all don't check out, you need to. If you don't know, if you're interested in anything 3D printing, he is somebody you need to check out. I don't understand anything 3D printing except for somebody 3D printed me an Apple Watch charging stand one time, and like it works. Now that we are no, she's not super quiet. She's over here. It's about nap time. So she's fading, but she's fighting it. So it is fascinating, Captain Kern. I'm just really really bad at it. All right. Let's get back to this document now that we've cleared out all the super chats. And I feel like I owe Flux these super chats, because a lot of them are about her. And Bad Duck, thanks for the $5 super chat. Happy Bad Lesbian Joke Day. What does the high lesbian get? Munchies. Flux, you need to go to her channel and super chat her. Don't get me wrong, I will take your super chat all day. However, like when I went to go get my IV, the nurse is pregnant, and she was talking about her daughter, and her daughter's in the high heels phase, and she said she said my daughter's running around on these lemon peppers or something. And just the way she said it, I lost my mind. I'm subbed, but YouTube won't let me comment at Flux not liking apple pies on American. How we weren't court-martialed for it in the army is beyond me. Yeah, Flux, when are you streaming next? Because all these people need to go super chat you. Hey, Mom. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now that we've okay. All right. Getting back to Jeremy's memorandum of law. Bobby Baloney! Holy shit, 20 minutes. And also, why was I not subbed? I was subbed to you since when you were drinking hot sauce. Grifting, what did you do? LMAO, I was here since Flux sent me over. YouTube hates me because of some of the things I've been talking about. I am on the bad side of YouTube. I'm on YouTube's bad side. The non-movement must go beyond the pleadings to provide evidence and designate specific facts showing that there is a genuine issue for trial. Celotex. Internal quotation marks omitted. The non-movement will survive summary judgment in this instance if it can demonstrate that the record, in fact, contains supporting evidence sufficient to withstand a directed verdict motion. Doe v. Drummond Company, 11th Circuit, 2015. Internal quotation marks omitted. Statement of material facts. Here we go. Bobby Baloney. Also, at Flux, you're literally a baked fruit. Yes, happy Flux Appreciation Day. We need a Flux Appreciation Day because Flux is the reason that all of this exists, by the way. The reason that y'all are watching me have a channel is Flux's fault. I subscribe to Flux. I'm not currently baked, need to be. I've subscribed to Flux and I'm not a gamer either. I subscribe to Camelot and I'm not a gamer. I subscribe to a lot of people. I subscribe to Neebs Gaming and I'm not a gamer. Make that one make sense. All right. Statement of material facts. The counterclaims filed by defendant / counter plaintiff Cook, hereinafter defendant, are entirely based on plaintiff's YouTube content. Drinking game. How many times he says YouTube? In fact, the counterclaims mention YouTube content as the basis for each of its 3 counts. In paragraph 1, litigation-related YouTube content via polymop, the purposeful protraction of litigation and multiplication of proceedings. In paragraph 2, ongoing litigation generating fresh, compelling YouTube content. It's 4. In paragraph 3, his YouTube videos. No, you are fine. But Flux is literally the reason that I have a YouTube channel because she invited me on her YouTube channel one time in like March of last year for what the fluxing around on a Thursday night. And here we go. I thought, oh, this must be fun. Yep. You invited me on your stream, and that was the first time I was ever on a live stream, and it was a lot of fun. So, I love Neebs. We have a thick 44, whatever the not the bobblehead things, but the, an AP. Thanks for the $2 super chat. Flux is barely a gamer. Let's be honest. You need to go next time she streams. I want to see everybody who super chatted me super chat her. Everybody who mentioned her in a super chat needs to super chat her at least twice the amount that you've super chatted me. Like, yes, we need to do another. And I had mentioned, I even messaged you and said we need to do something this month. And then I said I'd get back to you and I never did. Or last month. That's how yeah. So that's 5 times so far. Paragraph 4, generating ongoing fresh litigation-related YouTube content. Paragraph 6, the basis of federal lawsuit and accompanying YouTube storylines. And paragraph 7, litigation to generate YouTube content. Count 2, paragraphs 15 through 18, and paragraph 15, the plaintiff has misappropriated defendant's image and likeness by placing them in YouTube thumbnails or video thumbnails in order to advertise his video Bad Neighbors videos in which the defendants appear involuntary as villains in the plaintiff's contrived YouTube storylines. Count 3, paragraphs 19 through 23. Paragraph 19, the plaintiff has published the defendant's photo, image, and or likeness on his YouTube page and in video thumbnails on many occasions. Oh, sweet. It's all Jeff's fault. Mr. Pancake did it for me. I'm so sad that he settled out of court, or he pled. I'm so upset because freaking we watched that. I watched that that body cam footage on this channel. Somewhere in one of my videos has the Hamster Bandits body cam. Mr. Hales is entitled to judgment as a matter of law to count 1, intentional infliction of emotional distress. Defendant has not produced a single example from YouTube anywhere or anywhere else to support count 1. This has been because defendant cannot produce any such evidence because it simply does not exist. The count is based on YouTube videos, again of which defendant has not produced or cited a single example in the counterclaim. In this count, defendant alleges the plaintiff framed the defendant so he could accuse them of being responsible for the signs as the basis for filing his present lawsuit, creating litigation to generate YouTube content. If we were doing shots, we'd be drunk by now. The plaintiff's, there we go, bubbles, or balloons. The plaintiff's accusations that the defendants planted the signs were and are false and known to be false by the plaintiff, and the plaintiff's statements accusing the defendant of creating and planting the signs were made to continue and continue to be made with malicious intent to injure the defendants. Florida's single action rule. Count 1 of the counterclaim is simply recasting of a defamation claim as additional distinct cause of action in tort. This is not allowed in Florida. In accordance with the single publication, single action rule, the rule is designed to prevent plaintiffs from circumventing a valid defense to defamation by recasting essentially the same facts into several causes of action, all meant to compensate for the same harm. See Orlando Sports Stadium Incorporated v. Sentinel Star Company, Florida 4th District Court of Appeals, 1975. Dismissing claims which were essentially alternate theories to injury to reputation. Reading is hard, people. The rule precludes the recasting of defamation claims as additional distinct causes of action in tort if all the claims arise from the same defamatory publication. See International Security Management Group Incorporated v. Rolland, Florida 3rd District Court of Appeals 2018, and Fridovich v. Fridovich, Florida 1992. Inasmuch as the defendants have produced no evidence at all, not even a single example within the entire counterclaim, the conclusion is that there is no such publication which fits the elements of intentional infliction of emotional distress. In fact, honestly, if Jeremy wanted to sue for the other way around, he really probably could. It would be hard, but he'd have more evidence than they do. In order to state a cause of action for intentional infliction of emotional distress, plaintiffs must demonstrate the defendant acted recklessly or intentionally, the defendant's conduct was extreme and outrageous, the defendant's conduct caused the plaintiff's emotional distress, and the plaintiff's emotional distress was severe. There's some emotional distress there, in my opinion, but it does not caused by Jeremy. It was a long time coming. Your Quiliola v. Linen Supermarket, Middle District of Florida, 1995. Defendant cannot produce any evidence that the YouTube videos were not protected speech, which Mr. Hales has under his First Amendment rights. I think we're at 13, if I'm counting correctly. The freedom to speak one's mind is not only an aspect of individual liberty, and thus good unto itself, but is also essential for the common quest for truth and the vitality of society as a whole. Bose Corp v. Consumers Union of the U.S., 1984. In Hustler Mag v. Falwell, 1988, the Supreme Court rejected the notion that the concept of outrageousness, which is an element of the tort of intentional infliction of emotional distress, would provide sufficient protection to the First Amendment rights of a defendant. Outrageousness in the area of political, and this is a paragraph I've read before. This right here is something that we need to cut, paste, and plaster all over society, because this right here is a problem in our society now when we're trying to censor people and or cancel people. Outrageousness in the area of political and social discourse has an inherent subjectiveness about which would allow a jury to impose liability on the basis of jurors' tastes or views, or perhaps on the basis of their dislike of a particular expression. An outrageousness standard thus runs afoul of our long-standing refusal to allow damages to be awarded because the speech in question may have an adverse emotional impact on the audience. See NAACP v. Claiborne Hardware Company, 1982. Speech does not lose its protected character simply because it may embarrass others or coerce them into action. And as we stated in FCC v. Pacifica Foundation, 1978, the fact that society may find speech offensive is not a sufficient reason for suppressing it. Right here. That is huge. That needs to be posted all over social media. Indeed, if it's the speaker's opinion that gives offense, that consequence is a reason for according it constitutional protection. For it is a central tenet of the First Amendment that the government must remain neutral in the marketplace of ideas. Hello, Twitter. See also Street v. New York, 1969. It is firmly settled that the public expression of ideas may not be prohibited merely because the ideas themselves are offensive to some of their hearers. Hustler Mag v. Falwell, 1988. Emphasis added. That right there, there's some people in our society today that do not get that and do not believe that. And it boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. Like, insert emotional damage meme. I wish I could do that voice. Emotional damage. Like, In Snyder v. Phelps, 2011, the Supreme Court extended the First Amendment's protection even beyond actions for intentional infliction of emotional distress to include claims for the violation of plaintiffs' privacy rights for civil conspiracy. Moreover, the Snyder Court relied on Hustler Mag v. Falwell, the free speech clause of the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech, can serve as a defense in state tort suits, including suits for intentional infliction of emotional distress. See Hustler Mag v. Falwell, 1988. Snyder v. Phelps, 562 at 451. Defendant can produce no evidence and hasn't even included any such evidence in the counterclaim itself, where the First Amendment does not defeat the claim for intentional infliction of emotional distress. This means that this claim fails as a matter of law. Hales is entitled to judgment as a matter of law as to count 3, invasion of privacy by unauthorized publication. Defendant has not produced a single example from YouTube or anywhere else to support count 3 to show an invasion of privacy based on publication of private facts. A plaintiff must prove 4 elements. 1, the disclosure was public. 2, a private facts were disclosed. 3, the matter publicized was highly offensive to a reasonable person. And 4, the matter is not a legitimate concern to the public. Heath v. Playboy Enterprises, Southern District of Florida, 1990. Defendant complains about publishing the defendant's photo, image, and or likeness on plaintiff's YouTube page and video thumbnails on many occasions. If this were the case, then it is difficult to explain why the defendant has not produced a single example of this publication. This is because the defendant cannot produce any evidence that would show the defendant's photo, image, and/or likeness on plaintiff's YouTube page and in video thumbnails were not already publicized elsewhere and republicized. A photograph taken in a public place is not private. Heath v. Playboy Enterprises. Defendant cannot produce any evidence that would show the defendant's photo were not taken in a public place or YouTube page. Facts taken from public records or proceedings are not private. Defendant cannot produce any evidence that would show the defendant's photo, image, and/or likeness on the plaintiff's YouTube page and in video thumbnails were not taken from public records or proceedings. Even otherwise, private facts may become public when acquired by legitimate means. Defendant cannot produce any evidence that would show that the defendant's photo, image, likeness on plaintiff's YouTube page and in video thumbnails were not acquired by legitimate means. Consent is never even reached where no disclosure of private facts can be demonstrated. This means that consent is not an issue in this case. Finally, the right to privacy does not forbid the publication of information that is of public benefit or general interest. And the right does not exist as to persons and events in which the public has rightful interest. Cason v. Baskin, Florida, 1947. Ooh, that's old. Harms v. Miami Daily News, Florida 3rd District Court of Appeals, 1961. Defendant can produce no evidence and hasn't even included any such evidence in the counterclaim itself. I like how he's repeating that over and over and over. Where the above does not apply, this means this claim fails as a matter of law. Hales is entitled to judgment as a matter of law as to count 2, Florida Statute 540.08. Defendant has not produced a single example from YouTube, that's 20 times, by the way, if I'm counting correctly, or anywhere else to support count 2. Section 540.08 of the Florida statutes prohibits the unauthorized use of a person's name, likeness, for trade, commercial, or advertising purposes. Tyne v. Time Warner Entertainment, 11th Circuit, 2003. Certified question answered, Florida, 2005, so citation omitted. CF Lane v. MRA Holdings, LLC, Middle District of Florida, 2002. Section 540 prohibits using a person's name or likeness to directly promote a product or service. Epic Metals Corp. v. Kondak, Inc., Middle District of Florida, 1994. Florida Statute 540.08 prevents the unauthorized use of a name or personality to directly promote the product or service of the publisher. Emphasis added. NFL v. The Alley, Inc., Southern District of Florida, 83. Section 540.08 of the Florida statutes prohibit unconsented use of an individual's name and likeness only when such directly promotes a commercial product or service. Emphasis added. Defendant can produce no evidence and hasn't even included any evidence in the counterclaim itself, where the above does not apply. This means this claim fails as a matter of law. Conclusions. Because there is no evidence to prove a fact necessary to defendant's counterclaims, Mr. Hales is entitled to summary judgment as a matter of law. I mean, that's pretty straight to the point. I mean, like, had to go through the car wash twice, paid for an expensive car wash, and I didn't get what I paid for. Yeah, I can see that. I got a car wash today too, and I might go back tomorrow because I'm not happy. The issue is that social media platforms are not public; they are private because they can set their own terms of service and what they choose to enforce. I see your point. It's just technically they're private, but they're technically the thumbnails though are not. Like, yeah, keep saying it until the judge understands. I don't know. Yeah. Finally, YouTube is letting me comment. Yeah, and all they had to do was stop. I mean, and that happens with a lot of people. A lot of things. Like, all you had to do was stop. And it's just, and that's part of the issue with a lot of things. All people have to do generally is stop. And they don't. It's one of those that happens in society a lot, not just this case, not just legal stuff. It's just, yeah. They're private, like your front lawn is private. You can do some things on it and not others. And it's another thing where Section 230, I have not done my research on 230 like I did a few years ago. YouTube is weird and sometimes will let me comment from the mobile app. YouTube is weird and sometimes censors me when I'm typing my own comment into my own stream. Figure that one out. And nothing online is temporary either. You can private something, but there's somebody, you can guarantee somebody somewhere has screenshotted, screen recorded, captured, got a transcript. Somebody did something where your shit is not private like you think it is. I have to look at my phone real quick. I thought I heard thunder and I'm like, let me look at their radar. I do have another stream. This is all that we had for today. I know that the 10th is tomorrow, and there is a document. It's Jeremy's response to Lisa Lee's motion to dismiss. You did hear thunder. Okay. They're also installing a fence in the house, not next door, but the next door. And there's a lot of construction around here, so things are weird. I hear things that I don't always mean to hear. It's 92 degrees outside. Thunderstorms possible around 2:45. May contain strong gusty winds. Oh yeah. And looking at the state of Georgia right now, it looks like it looks, it's all spotty. It was up here like 20 minutes ago. I forgot where you're at. I'm sorry. Yeah, Patriot Act still in play. Nothing's private. Yeah. YouTube, Section 230 has nothing to do with this. 230 is about what they can and can't do with the information as regards to censorship. Yeah, I just want to look more into it so that when someone, because I've seen people troll about it, I just want to be more informed in general, because I know that that's one of the arguments that Bruce's lawyer used, and I would like to know what the hell I'm talking about. So I have a good argument against what he says. Because I know this much about it. I used to know this much about it when it was a hot topic in the news, but then, I forget things. So, yeah. Yeah. If you are here, chances are your IP has been scraped, your info has been, your screenshot, and your name is on someone's list. Yeah, I have delete me and aura and something. I have 3 or 4 different things, and I'm pretty sure my name is still on some freaking list somewhere. Plus, I was military, so my fingerprints are in the system. My DNA is in the system. Good Lord, I was military. I do have a stream coming up in about a half an hour. I am going to go get lunch for me and the little. I think she wants something out of the... Yep, she wants me to get something out of the fridge for her. I will see you guys in a little bit. But I am going to see who I can redirect you guys to. Oh yeah, that's definitely thunder now. We are going to see who we can redirect to, because I know I will be live in a half an hour, so I could always redirect to myself. But we shall see. And thank you for the 181 people who hit the like button. There's still 300 people here. Can we... Hold on one second. I own restricted firearms. I've been on a list since I was 21. Come here, beautiful. Come here, baby. No. Oh. Okay. Say bye. I am going to redirect.
Bye. See
See you.
Bye.
We are going to redirect to my other stream, where we are going to be trying to dig into where the money came, or where the money went with the air traffic control, and figure out why our government sucks and why our government hates us. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.
Have a great day, guys. See you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye.